Hey, what's up, guys? How's everybody doing today? So, the latest Netflix movie that we have is called Cargo, and I'm sure some of you might know that I'm just really tired of the zombie genre at this point because it's getting a bit stale, and I know I'm not the only one that thinks that. However, the thing about that should tickle your balls is the fact that not only are we as an audience member kind of tired of the genre, but also so are filmmakers, which in turn is awesome because that means that they will take a genre and then try and spice it up a little more. And does this movie try to do that? I would hazard to say yes, it does. Is it 100% effective though? No, but I kind of didn't expect it to be. Basic plot of the movie, you got a mom, a dad, and a baby daughter, and they're living on a riverboat. However, mom gets bit. That forces them to go on the mainland, a whole bunch of other shit happens, and then now the dad's got to figure out what he's gonna do with the baby. I would tell you more, but you guys know me. I like to keep my summaries as vague as possible. Now, overall, I would say the movie's good, but I definitely had some problems with it. First of all, with any zombie movie, you're gonna have a lot of those why don't you just kind of moments. You know, those things that are really obvious to the audience, but not the people in the movie. Like, oh, why don't you just kill this person, or why don't you tell this person about this, and that way it won't cause problems later. And of course, there's a couple weird movie conveniences, like, oh, of course they would stumble upon that person again. And I'm not 100% sure what it was, but for the first, let's say, half hour, 45 minutes, I was yay close to giving it a negative review, because I just did not give a fuck. Part of the reason was probably because the pacing was a little bit weird, on top of, you know, opening movie predictability, and all of the why don't you just moments. But then as soon as the second half kicked in, for some reason, I got real invested in this movie. And the guy who plays the dad in the movie is Martin Freeman, and I'm really not that big of a fan of his outside of Watson and Sherlock. But seriously, in the third act of this movie, he is amazingly good. Like, seriously, his performance in the second half of this movie is better than all three of the Hobbit films put together. And his character is extremely well written because in the beginning, you really don't like him as a character. Ultimately, he has a good heart, but he's really kind of a selfish pussy. And that made his entire character arc that much more meaningful, and I thought it was great. And it's also cool how they set the movie in Australia, so you get to see some Aboriginals in the movie. And with Australia comes sweeping, wonderful landscape shots. And the movie's really not a horror movie, it just kind of like happens to be in a zombie apocalypse era. The movie's more so about a dad caring about his daughter. That's the essential core of the story. And since it's set in kind of like the desolate desert areas of Australia, there's really not that many zombies in the movie. Which again, the filmmakers tried to mix it up, and I thought that was good. But I cannot emphasize enough how awesome the third act is, though. Because like I said, with the predictability in the beginning of the movie, the filmmakers kind of treat you like an idiot, like almost as if you've never seen a zombie movie before. But in the third act, that kind of changes a little bit. I can't explain why, but if you see it, you'll understand. But overall, guys, the movie's a little bit cookie cutter. The first half wasn't that great, but it ended on such a great note. So that being said, for a score out of 10, I think I'm gonna give it a 7.8. It's a little slow going, the first half's a little eh, but again, this movie will punch you in the feels by the end of it, and I think most people will enjoy it. But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Have you seen this movie? Have you heard of it? Hop in the comments, let me know what's up. Other than that, if you like this review, give me a like, subscribe to all that other bullshit, and I will catch you guys later.